I've been producing music for almost 8 years, and through my experience making thousands of beats and now teaching thousands of students, I realized there's this one idea that is essential to growth as a producer. I say idea because it's not a melody trick, it's not a plugin you use, it's not a way to mix your drums. It's a concept and a mindset that you can learn through experience. This is something that's truly changed the way I produce music and work with major artists for placements. So today, I'll be sharing with you what I learned about one of the most important aspects of music production: space. Space is one of the easiest things to get wrong, but one of the most crucial things to get right, especially when it comes to collaborating with another artist. Just think of it like living with another person. Let's say you're roommates with your favorite music artist of all time. If you go and fill up the room with random items and objects and make it all crowded, they're not going to have enough space to live and do what they need to do. So you're going to lose the opportunity to live with them. The same thing applies to your beats. If you're overcomplicating them with too many different elements, there's not going to be enough space for the artist. They're not going to want to use the beat, and you're going to lose the opportunity to work with them. First thing to understand, the voice is an instrument. I teach music production in online courses, so I have a good sense of what most producers are struggling with, and one of the main things is not knowing when to stop adding to a beat. How many times have you got to that point where you think to yourself, something feels missing, I feel like I need to add more to this beat? Trust me, I've heard it more times than I could count, but 99% of the time, the only thing you're missing is a vocal. You need to start thinking about it like an instrument. What ends up happening is they add and add and add to fill up space until they think the beat is done. And by the time you get to that point, it's too late, because now you're looking at an overcrowded, overcomplicated, overproduced beat. You don't want that. Now that we understand space and why it's important, I want to give you some real examples of songs I've produced and how I use the space in each situation. The first one is a song I did with Skilla Baby and Rob49 called Soulja Slim.
Pull up shoe with no emotion. Rap got me rich, but I still shake the bag in North Dakota. What you got that 9 for? I still arrive like I'm from Noya.
Still arrive like I'm from Noya. I got that bag and turn my hoe up. First time.
Looking at the actual session, what do you notice about the instrument tracks? I never have more than 2 playing at the same time. It's either just the piano and the melody, or the piano and the violin. It's like that for a reason. Skilla and Rob are both known to just rap and keep going consistently, so I have elements that are going to guide that and match that without getting in the way. That's what this main piano is for. You see how it has energy and it stays consistent? It matches the energy of the artists I'm working with. I add a simple piano melody on top. It's in a higher octave and it plays just a few notes, so it doesn't really occupy too much space. Then we got the violin, which plays separate from that melody. This is for emotion and to add more feeling into the beat. Strings are great for that. It's a smooth violin playing over short piano hits to create that contrast without overcrowding the beat. The main piano matches their styles, and the melodic elements keep it interesting without interfering with the space. To an artist, their voice is the most important instrument to add, so you don't want to take away from that. If you want to see more breakdowns of songs I produced for artists like Future, 21 Savage, Lil Durk, and a ton more, I got them all up on my online class. My production school has over 100 course videos, extremely detailed and all taught by me. I teach a lot about making beats, from music theory to sound selection to arrangement, but using space properly is one of the more life-changing skills my students walk away with. They also get completely free access to my drum and MIDI kits, my producer support community, and starting this month, my live webinars, where I'll be talking real time with my class members to answer questions and help them through problems. If you want to be a part of the class and take that step to changing your life as a producer, I want to give you this discount for 40% off. That's a lot. And that's very rare for my class, but use code JOIN40 for 40% off full access before it expires. Before we move on to the next example, I want to show you guys a quick trick you could use to test out the space you have in your beat. This is something I've seen some of the greatest producers do, and all you gotta do is mumble. When you get to that point where you don't know if you should add more or not, just play the beat and try to mumble something to yourself like you're a rapper or a singer getting into a flow. It doesn't have to be actual words or anything, just mumbling to yourself to see where it could go. This will put you in the mind of an artist and help you start to realize what you need to change about your beat. You might realize, oh, this melody's too loud, this one's too busy, it's messing up my flow. That way you can adjust accordingly to give yourself the space that you need. Try it out. For the next example, we're looking at a song I produced for Coil Ray, which has more moving parts to it, but it still has good space.
Papers. Baby, these not XR's brand new form for a test drive. The J ain't got no Wi-Fi 50K just on vacation.
In the FL project, this time we have 6 instrument tracks, which is twice as many as the last example. But again, Koi is rapping and staying pretty consistent, so I have these pianos to match that energy. And just like the last example, I added another higher octave piano just to add some more melody and contrast to it, nothing too crazy. I wanted to add one more element, so I just went with a simple one-shot vocal. It adds some impact and some atmosphere to what we have going on, but that's it. If I were to add like a full vocal sample to this beat, it would clash with Koi and probably ruin the song. We head into this second section I did just to add some variation so the beat feels less repetitive. This is another thing I teach in my online class, because arranging your beats to keep them interesting is a huge skill to have. We just got these simple chords with the vocal again. Then I did something crazy. I added a saxophone and a higher octave register just to contrast the low octave of the chords. It's only 5 notes, it keeps it interesting, and it doesn't get in the way of the artist at all. Koi still has all the room that she needs to keep rapping comfortably. And of course, the full beat breakdown of this song is available in the online class. Space can be a tricky thing to get right, but the more effort you put into understanding it, the better your beats will be. Remember, the artist is an instrument too, so if you feel like you're missing something, you know what it is. Don't miss out on your discount, 40% off. 40% off! Come on, the online class with code JOIN40 is packed with resources, easy to follow course videos, free sound kits, the amazing community, and now private webinars so you can talk to me personally. chamberscourses.com, link down below. I'll see you in class. Like the video if you can, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down below. It's Chambers, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.